Hello YouTube, it's Jacob B5 back again. Have to say up front, I apologize for the staticky sound you get every now and then when I'm recording these. It has something to do with me and the fact of how the camera is mounted in the car and it picks up some interference. Reason I'm making this video, and I alluded to it in another video I made, is I want to speak very briefly on a court case that's going up to the, I believe it's a 4th Circuit Court of Appeals. It's a federal court. It has to do with marriage equality in Virginia. Very briefly, what happened was federal judge down here in Norfolk said, and actually it's not how they'd say it, they'd say more like Norfolk. But anyways, struck down Virginia's ban on homosexual marriage. Basically, I agree with the judge completely on this. Right now, the arguments they're making have to do, and this is around the country, you're hearing different kind of arguments. They seem to be trying to grasp onto this idea that homosexual marriage is some kind of new thing of marriage. It's a brand new concept, that such a type of marriage has never been considered before. Frankly, I think people like that are full of shit. Marriage has been a very convoluted subject, and it's been done for a number of different reasons. Now, the one that has been latched on to at different times has been that the government is involved in marriage because the government has a role in family stability, and that marriages have been brought together and you have children of the products of the union of these two people, and the state has a role in trying to get stability of family. However, that is obviously not the only reason marriages occur. In fact, I would make the argument that people today getting married in the United States, children are really an afterthought to the happiness of the people getting married. That people get married primarily for their own reasons, that they choose to be married to that other individual. Whether or not they're going to have children is really secondary importance. In fact, you'll find people who've been married and thought they wanted children, one of them turns out to be infertile. They don't just run off to the courthouse and get divorced. If they did, well, to be honest, they never had to get married in the first place, if all they wanted was to have a baby. But the other thing is, marriages have also occurred for other reasons. Simply to facilitate the building of wealth. You had families who'd get married in order to join the families together. And it's kind of the joke that this is done with mafia families, but it was done in royalty. And yes, children were expected to be produced from those unions. But my point is, and it remains, and it's still valid, that marriage has occurred for a number of different reasons. And many of those reasons do not require heterosexual unions that are capable of directly producing their own children. So I simply don't agree with those people who say that marriage is only about that, because frankly, that's not what it's been about. So I'm hoping the 4th Circuit will go ahead and throw out the idea that the marriage ban was okay, and they'll reinforce the judge's ruling, and that they will have the, let's call it the intestinal fortitude, the testicular strength, if you will, to go ahead and not stay their decision, but to put it into effect immediately. That homosexual unions or marriage equality will be allowed as soon as they render their decision. Not allow it to be stayed while pending some later review. Because quite frankly, I think that's the point that we're at now. Like I said, this was going to be a pretty short video. Just want to mention it briefly. It's in the news and it had my eye on it. So I hope you're having a good day out there in YouTube land, and have a good day.